Well, our guest for this segment has been here before, Cornell Lee Cross, who just happens to be Associate Director of OCAST. Cornell, welcome. Good to have you again.
Thank you very much.
Tell me about, and the folks at home, what is this beast we're talking about?
We are actually one of probably the smallest agencies in state government, but we are the Oklahoma Center for the Advancement of Science and Technology. We're in our 30th year, and we are the brainchild of Governor Bellman. And he recognized during his tenure that we needed an agency that would help the state diversify its economic development needs and business. And so what we ended up doing, or at least he did, is he went around the state and he chatted with the citizens and got them to believe in the vision, and here we are 30 years later.
You know, I hearken back to Henry Bellman's days. I have always thought of him as a man of vision, and I have made the remark over the years, we need more visionaries, you know, to help get us out of the problems we're facing right now. I have a flyer here that when I got my hands on it, and I'll be real honest with you, when you were here the first time to talk about this, I thought, this is going to be a tough nut to crack. To get this puppy off the ground, to get it flying, have I used enough cliches there? To get it up and running, there's another one, is going to be not impossible, but really tough. But you did it, you pulled it off.
Sure.
And it seems to be airborne. Were businesses quick to respond? Did you have to do a sell job with them?
You know, it's funny because when I came on board, my desk was about as clear as this table here. And so, you know, it takes a lot. One thing I'll say about Northeastern Oklahoma is we love our networking events. And it's a great way to go out and meet people. You have to be able to listen, take a tour, show interest in what it is they do, and find out what their needs are. Once you show how you can help them with your programs, they usually will buy into it. And we've been very successful at it.
Let me run through, if it's all right, some of the programs and
Sure.
have you comment on them, explain what they are. Oklahoma Applied Research Support.
Yes. So we call that the ORS program. You know, we're government, so we like our acronyms. Just simply put, that is our general R&D program that any business that's STEM related, engineering, science and technology, manufacturing, health sciences, they can apply to this program. It's a matching program, so you have to have some skin in the game, dollar for dollar. But it allows businesses to apply to receive funding for new products, processes, and innovations.
What about Oklahoma Health Research?
Well, we have a health-related program. That one's for basic science only. So we're not talking about something that's ready for market, but it's for that scientist that wants to look at this novel protein that maybe they discovered and check to see, well, this might have some implications for cancer or some other condition. And so they're receiving seed funding that they can then go to the federal government for, say, NIH, and get larger funding for.
Intern partnerships.
My favorite program. You know, and I say this isn't cliche, but I really do believe this is our best program that we offer at OCAST, because no other program has the ability to affect someone's life like this one does. So we can take an undergrad or a grad student that's in college, and we will help place them in an industry. And it's all project-related work. So they're actually doing real hands-on projects for up to 1,000 hours a year. And this program is probably one of the best ways to recruit talent and keep them here. In fact, we have about a 70% capture rate. So they do the work, they either stay with the industry they did the internship with, or they find another industry in Oklahoma that's very similar, but they're staying.
What about going to another one, plant science research?
Yeah, and so, you know, one thing about Oklahoma, we are an agricultural state, and we always probably will be. We are, we hold the Noble Research Institute here. So we will always have agriculture in our repertoire. So we have a program that allows people that are doing research in various types of plant science research. And this program is, once again, it's a basic science program. It helps people with the beginnings of trying to find an answer for something.
You know, you're too young to remember this, but I remember very well when the big deal at college level for juniors and seniors was time motion study. And now what you're hitting us with makes that seem almost elementary. A
lot of our interns are doing high-end computer science work. They're working on very important engineering talent type work. You know, I would say of the internships that we do, engineering would be our number one. You could take every engineering student coming out of college right now, and we would still not be able to fill all the jobs that we could put them into. But then right behind that is computer science, because you say time motion, but now it's Internet of Things. It's taking one item and another item and getting them to talk to each other. so that information can be shared usefully too. And that's the hard part. And, you know, data is important, but
It is.
making it
With
useful.
no communication, you're dead in the water.
Exactly.
Which brings me to new product, the area for new products in the state.
Right. So OCAST is a cooperative. There are 4 entities. OCAST funds each one of them. So the first one on that list is the New Product Development Center. It's based at OSU. And so we quite often will get inventors and businesses. It's pretty much across the board, people who need help with engineering services. And before, we didn't have a good answer for that, but now we do. We can take these people to the New Product Development Center. It's ran by Dr. Robert Taylor. And he can sit down with a team of students, and they're usually mostly undergrads, some grad students from OSU, and they can work on that product idea. They can check to see if it's feasible. They can check to see if it's been patented. And if not, and if these 2 things are good, they can even sit down and prototype, which is huge.
You know, I am a big fan of this area, because I got to tell you, hardly a week goes by that I don't hear someone say, you know, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll describe it. I guess I look like some kind of a sounding board, but they'll describe their idea, and doggone if it doesn't make sense. It's, you know, more often than not, one of those things, why didn't I think of that?
Absolutely. And if you ever meet people like that, give them my information. We have the Inventor's Assistance Service, which we run through the New Product Development Center, and they will actually onboard those people to find out if that idea is even possible.
I2E is not a robot.
No, it is not. It is Innovation Enterprise. So I2E is our partner on the entrepreneurship side, and they are mostly interested in high-tech, medical, basically high-growth industries. So, you know, we have our mom-and-pop lifestyle businesses, and we love them, but they're primarily going to be interested in the ones that see a high growth and return of investment type companies, because they can bring angel investment, and it's not quite venture capital, but people would understand that term and know what I mean when they hear it. Mm-hmm. And if I have an entrepreneur that comes to me and says, I've got an idea, we've got a product, but I need some funding to take it to the next step, I will usually bring them to IT.
You strike me as a man that looks forward to going to work every morning.
I love what I do. Absolutely.
Bounce right out of bed, and the wife's going, wait, hold it.
I get to meet people doing amazing things.
Yeah.
You know, people say, who do you get to work with? I get to work with cancer treatment centers all the way to Pelco right here, and there's everything in between, and they're all doing things that are important, and they love what they do, which makes it easy.
How does the Oklahoma Manufacturing Alliance figure into this?
So then the other part of our team, which is the 4th member, and I just say that they're not in order per se. The Oklahoma Manufacturing Alliance's mission is to specifically work with manufacturers inside of the state of Oklahoma, help bring them products and services, Lean, Six Sigma, 5S, connect them to programs and their local career techs in the area. But also on top of that, when I'm going in to meet with a manufacturer, most likely I was introduced to that manufacturer because of a MEA, a manufacturing extension agent. I can't do what I do without them, at least with the manufacturing sector. They're in the business helping them with products or projects.
Okay, so you got a guy out here, Joe Blow.
Yeah.
He's got a concept, he's made a sketch, he has an idea, something that he sees as revolutionary to his corner of the world. Mm-hmm. What does he do?
He can contact me, or actually you can hit any one of us in this Oklahoma innovation model. But since I'm here today, you can get a hold of me through my email, which I'm sure you can put them on the screen, or I can give it to you now. It's cornell.cross@ocast.ok.gov. Come on in, sit down, talk with me about what you have, and we'll see where you need to fit in that wheel, and we'll get you in the cycle.
You know, I got to tell you, I have a fascination with older tools, older implements, older things that were used by our great-grandfathers, you know, to get by, to exist day to day. I have some of those things, very small items, but one is a gate latch. And I got curious one day and checked the U.S. Patent Office. It was designed by a woman.
Yeah.
Nobody gives her any credit. She designed it to keep her children inside the fence that was around the house where she would be working, you know, while her husband was out in the field. She didn't want them wandering off. But there are a lot of folks out there that have developed something or come up with an idea for something, men and women, you don't know a thing about. And now today, here we are in a whole new atmosphere of R&D, if you will.
Absolutely. And it doesn't even have to be something that's difficult. It's scary. People sometimes think, oh, well, how am I going to do this? I'm not an engineer, but I've got this idea that's burning inside of me. And that's what we're here to help them with. And we're not just for established industry. We help all sorts of established industry. But we're here for those people too. They're what we would call pre-entrepreneurs, just inventors who have ideas.
So if somebody has an idea for something and they can only take it so far, they're saying, I don't know how to get past this bump in the road.
Sure.
There's somebody that could help them?
Absolutely. We can do this through a couple of different methods. We have the New Product Development Center. If they have a burning desire to work with a specific university, we have a lot of different people inside of University of Tulsa, OU, OSU. If it's more computer science necessary, you have RSU and NSU that can help with those things as well. There are universities that will want to work with people out there in Oklahoma.
We're out of time. 6 months from now, let's do it again.
Sure, we can go even deeper.
See how much it's grown.
Sure.
Thanks, my friend.
Thank you.
We're all out of time on that one. Now, we've got another great idea coming up that's bearing fruit, and you're going to love this. It's bearing fruit right here in Oklahoma called Fab Lab. More after this.